a lot of people I'm seeing driving in here that I can tell will not look me in the eye. They have shame. They're ashamed of what's going on. They know it's wrong. What are you going to do? We've waited long enough. We've got a concentration camp. Let's call it what it is. What's your red line? When are you going to finally say something? It doesn't have to be big. Just start doing some sort of resistance.
Hey, it's Jordan with Status Coup.
This is Ashley with Status Coup.
On the ground.
In Philadelphia.
Flint, Michigan. East Palestine, Ohio. Please support the leading independent news outlet on the ground.
Covering what the corporate media covers up. Why are you out here today in the middle of the Everglades in front of Alligator Alcatraz instead of having a barbecue, watching Independence Day, doing any of those other kind of things that most people are doing today?
Ooh, that's a big question. Why am I here specifically on this day on 4th of July? I don't think I could, for me personally, I don't think I could celebrate when I know concentration camps are going up. And I told myself, I'm like, the most patriotic thing I can do if I really believe in this American experiment and like believe in America and where we can potentially go, it's to come here, and this is the most patriotic thing I can do, to stand up for everyone. Another reason too is like I got my bachelor's degree in German linguistics and history. So I spent a lot of my 20s reading extensively about the Nazi regime and its coming to power and what that looked like, and reading personal stories. And I've lived in Germany for a year and a half. I've been to Dachau. I've been to Sachsenhausen. I've seen those places, and I know what's happening. I'm not afraid to call it what it is. This is a concentration camp. The German people, or the German Nazi Party, did not start by telling people, hey, we're going to take people to these death camps and we're going to put them in gas chambers, and that's going to be our final solution to this. Right. They're doing exactly what they are saying now, which is these are just detention centers. We're just going to hold them until we can deport them. Come on. Pay attention.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a very interesting perspective in that, you're not just saying words. You did research into all of this stuff. So, yeah. I mean, history doesn't repeat itself, but it rhymes.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're waiting for something to look just like Auschwitz, you're going to be waiting forever, because it's nothing like that is going to happen exactly like that again. You have to pay attention, you have to see the similarities, and you have to draw those parallels, and you have to stand up when it's time to stand up. And I think for me, after October 7th, that prompted me to look into things a lot more deeply, and that put me down a rabbit hole. And I feel like the reason why I came out today too is that, like, I'm a white man, I am gay, but I'm a white male in America. I have immense privilege, and if people like me and good people don't come out and say something and stand up now, it's gonna be too late. So I feel like for me, I've been looking at things happening all around the country, being like, I wish I could be there to be in solidarity with people. I wish I could be in DC. I wish I could be in New York. I wish I could be in LA. But I can't be. And so I told myself, if anything happened near me, that I would be there, because those people showed up for me and I'm going to show up for them. And so I'm here not only for myself, because I told myself, reading all those stories and reading about history, I told myself, what would I have done? And I'm not only doing what I told myself that I would do for myself, but I'm doing it for the people who can't be here and the people who aren't privileged enough to be here. Because my name is Daniel Schaefer, and I'm white, and I'm a man. And there are people here that don't have the privilege that I have, and it would be much more dangerous for them to be here. So I'm going to come out here, use my privilege, and I'm going to do what I can to try to stop this. I can't stop it on my own, but I will not do nothing. So I'm here.
That is all wonderful. I'm glad that you're out here. I guess I would just say it's become kind of a cliche to call people Nazis, to call Trump Hitler. And I think that there's been a backing away of that kind of thing, because people are worried about, saying something like that and coming across like, as a caricature.
Right.
I guess I would say. But, you know, from your perspective, it's like you do also need to pay attention to how these things happened. And I think a lot of people feel like, oh, I would be on the right side of history.
Right. You want to think that you would, but we're in that moment right now. What are you going to do? We've waited long enough. We've got a concentration camp. Let's call it what it is. What's your red line? When are you going to finally say something? It doesn't have to be big. Just start doing some sort of resistance, whether that be like you're not buying something at the store as much, or you're going to start making stuff at home. You're not going to order out, or maybe it's like putting signs up. It's something. Do something to start putting dirt and grit into the machine so it doesn't run smoothly.
Support this critically important on-the-ground reporting as a Status Coup member and get great perks. Become a member right here.
And I do think that, like, I understand the calling Trump Hitler and these, like, I think it's about the way you say it too. Like, if you're saying it as an insult, it's going to be met as an insult, and then there's going to be a reaction. And it's like, if you say it like, no, like, I'm not insulting you, I'm just calling it what it is. This is a concentration camp. This is a similar playbook to the Nazi Party. And if we're not paying attention, we're going to be in a very bad place really soon. It's on our doorstep, and it's scary. It makes me sad. It makes me emotional.
And on that note, I mean, you know, the rise of Hitler, that started because of economic issues.
Right.
And I mean, we are there right now. We're there right now.
Exactly. It started from economic issues. It came from the shame that they had after World War I, and then wanting to have some sort of retribution for that and to feel better and to feel like that's why we have this whole Make America Great Again. That's why, like, Germany was like, let's make Germany great again. It's like the same thing. It's like we're demonizing a set of people that actually are the backbone of this country. Why we, like, are so great, you know? And somehow they've been able to demonize this other group of people so much that people don't see them as people anymore. And it's like I don't even know what to say. I don't know how to get people to understand that, like, other people are not the problem. We need to, like, come together, and we need to help each other. We need to be there for each other. And even, like, I think the biggest thing for me that I noticed watching today is that there are people driving in and out, and there are people who come by and they're loud and they're in your face. They're only louder because there are a lot of people I'm seeing driving in here that I can tell will not look me in the eye. They have shame. They're ashamed of what's going on. They know it's wrong, but they're also probably thinking about, I have my kids I gotta feed. And if I don't come here because my boss is telling me I'm not going to have my job, then how am I supposed to feed my kids? So it's like, until we see the people going in here as human too, and we're like, hey, you don't have to go in there. We'll help you. We'll help put food on the table for your kid. We'll help you pay the rent. Once they feel like there's a safety net that they don't have to make this choice, then people will not make this choice. And it's like, we can sit here and demonize every person that walks in, but all I see is pain. There is so much pain in this country. There's so much pain in them. There's so much pain in us. And until we stop pointing fingers and we stop yelling at each other and we give each other space to, like, actually talk about it and acknowledge it, we're not going to get anywhere. So I
think that's a really important point. I think that's a really important point, and something that I know, like, I saw, we are from the city. We've been covering the immigration detention centers in Newark and in New York City. So 26 Federal Plaza is the immigration detention center right near in the same general areas where I live.
Okay.
We were there. You know, we saw people being detained by ICE right outside of immigration court. So we went to, you know, watch as people were being snatched right outside. They left immigration court.
I watched the videos too.
Yeah. So I saw that same thing that you're talking about, that you're seeing out here with people driving in and out, that they won't look at you. There were ICE agents in that facility as well. Some of them had masks on, you know, and would not take them off. And you could tell that there was some humanity left in them.
Some of the morality, the humanity in them was being broken. You can see it. And I feel like it's just so easy. It's so overly simplified to be like, hey, people are black and white. You're good, you're bad. And people are not all good and they're not all bad. I'm not a good person all of the time. I have my flaws and I make mistakes and I am not the best version of myself all the time. And I feel like if we are not allowing people to have a place to come back from, be like, hey, you walked a little close to that edge, you're about to go over, but like my hand's still here. And until we like are able to do that and give them a place to come, like they're not going to leave. Why would they? To be ostracized from the group that they're a part of. We all want to be a part of a group. If we don't feel like a part of a group, we're like hardwired in our DNA to be like, if we're not in our group, we're going to die. Because that's what would happen if you were like not living in modern day. You were like out in the woods by yourself. You will be eventually, you have to have your people. So if they feel like they're going to leave all their people, all the support system that they have, and then they're going to have nothing, they're not going to do it. They can't. They literally cannot. So we have to make space for them. And I know it's hard. It's hard for me too, because I'm angry with what they're doing. I'm upset, but like at some point we have to heal. We can heal the world by healing ourselves. And when we heal ourselves, we can heal other people. And then we can heal the country. Then we can heal the ecosystem. Like that's where it's got to start. I have a lot of anger and I want to yell at these people, but like, what's that going to do? It's going to make them pull back and it's going to make them laugh. It's going to make them do that.
Yeah, I think that these are all really important points to be making right here and now. And I, again, would underscore, like, this is how I felt leaving, you know, the facility.
I'm glad you saw it too. I'm glad
You can tell. And again, it's like you feel that you can just see it when people are wearing masks. Why are they wearing masks? I mean, people might say like, oh, it's for my safety. But I think it's not just that. It's shame. They also don't want to be found out because they know that what they're doing is wrong.
Yeah. Because you know what wasn't a good excuse during the Nuremberg trials? That I was just following orders. It's not good enough. That's not a good enough excuse. It's just not.
No.
You're following orders. You're doing what the boss said. You need a paycheck. It's just, at what point is it not, that's not enough to like, there's gotta be a point where like, you just say like, I can't do this anymore. And I want to be a part of, like, I want to stand out here and be here and voice my dissatisfaction of what's going on. But I also want to in some way be a part of the, like, you don't have to go in there. Come with us. Come here. And I don't know how I can make that happen. How I can be a part of a movement or a part of a group that like helps make that happen. I don't know.
I think those are things that a lot of people are wrestling with. And, you know, to yes, and your point again, it's like one, you know, because you can tell that people are severely morally conflicted. I think more than they're probably allowing themselves to feel. I was left, like when I left the immigration court last time, I was left kind of feeling like, what is it going to take for those people to break? Yeah. Because some of them will. Some of those people,
some of them are literally, I think, just waiting for someone to be like, hey, you good? I'm not going to yell at you. I'm not going to shit on you. I'm not going to berate you. Like, are you good? Do you need a hug? Like, sometimes that's all it takes is someone to be like, hey, I see you. It doesn't have to be this way.
I think that's probably right. I mean, when we were there, we were talking to the ICE agents as we were all kind of waiting for things to happen. They were waiting to be able to, you know, pluck someone outside of immigration court. We were waiting to document them doing that. Yeah. And in between, we were talking. Yeah. We were talking, and, you know, I heard people sharing stories about their kids and what they're doing that weekend, and they showed me, like, here's where you can get Wi-Fi so that I could send, you know, videos that I had just taken of them snatching people outside of immigration court, and they led me to the corner where the best Wi-Fi was.
See, it's like that. It's like on screen we see the flashpoint of the screaming, the yelling, because of course that's the most exciting, draws your attention on screen and keeps the division going. But like, I saw it too. The police officers were like, oh, hey, like, just we want you to be safe. Like, they're being like kind of nice. And so you're like, I could be friends with you, but why are we not? Why are you choosing that side? And why am I over here? How do I get you to come over here? And that's the question I don't have the answer to.
If you're not yet a member, please do that at statuscoup.com/join. It doesn't take much, and it helps us to come to places like Alligator Alcatraz on a moment's notice. This trip was planned. You guys have no idea how quickly came out here and did it. And we've just been on the ground trying to do what we can to show you guys what is going on in Florida right now. So yeah,